Hey everyone, Wanderbots here, and welcome back to some more Library of Ruina. It's time for the game to get hard, I think.
Wait, the Queen of Hatred?
Yeah, so,
Wait, she's often come to aid us, but she has more trouble than help? Wasn't she supposed to be a magical girl? She's a total mess. We were fooled by that cute appearance and left ourselves wide open for a hard blow. What?
were you here? She was the last abnormality I got when playing Library of Ruina, or not Library of Ruina, Lobotomy Corporation. I think you'd already stopped playing by that point. But I got her
looking at, yeah.
I got her and the Clouded Monk simultaneously, and the two of them would bust out constantly and be just absolutely stunningly miserable all the time. It was really annoying.
Yeah, she does look like a crazy magical girl.
Yep. And so, I'm just gonna have to make do and figure this out.
I've always believed evil must exist as long as I exist.
Yeah, she's a psychopath, magical girl.
It's finally here, an evil I must defeat.
With a star at the end? Or is that just the star next to her? Yeah.
Oh.
There's no light without the darkness.
There we go.
I can stand here thanks to your existence.
What is that? Okay, so I need to actually take this seriously. 3d8, 5 power if the attack is one-sided. So, can't do that.
Something about being on the side of good down over there.
To keep the world's peace, I was born.
2 red notes. You know what? Let's see
Why
if
is
I can
everybody happy? I don't have
something else.
anything to do.
I changed. This is kind of a weird build, and I'm not actually sure if it's going to be that good. Okay, 4+ pages are in hand. Discard 4 random pages. Boost minimum value of offensive dice. Yeah, I did some extra stuff to try and get Tifreth up, but the build is weird, and I'm not sure if it's actually good. And so this.
Yeah,
might
you were
be...
doing a lot of grinding and stuff in between.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we want to do high-speed stabbing as a response to that? Not overwhelmingly. Let's just do that one, and let's see. If discarded... Yeah, let's just give it a shot. This is going to be a mess. Oh, we have quick mode on. People are asking me not to have that on, but... There we go. I think we still got marked, though.
Uh-oh. What does the mark do?
Makes us vulnerable to her attacks. So, target, here, I might as well read it. She's got a couple. So, Name of Hate uses a page that leaves a mark on the target every 2 scenes. All resistances on the marked character change to weak. The character will primarily be targeted by the abnormality. Uses a mass attack. Arcana Slave uses a mass attack page that targets all librarians every 4 scenes. If it uses the page while transformed, it becomes staggered on the following scene. So this is going to be bad for me, probably, maybe. Oh, and I can't.
So is it the lower character that's marked? Basil?
Yeah. Yeah, Basil is currently marked. Okay.
It's too
Just do
bad there aren't
that.
ways to divert their attacks
There
to another
is.
character.
So, for example, I just diverted that attack by picking that move and that move. So now she's only targeting 1. We've got Crack of Dawn. Yeah. Worth it. Oh, wait, is that on use? I don't actually know how on use works. Oh well, trying it. We'll do that one. Okay. Ow.
Ooh. Yeah, those little ranged star attacks are... Eek.
Yeah, not my favorite. Okay, Crack of Dawn gives her some fire. Okay, we're getting there. It's just rough.
Well, your characters survive.
Oh, right, there's also a Hysteria gauge. Notice how the screen is starting to turn pink?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Hysteria gauge fills up, and she will transform, and it becomes bad. Let's see. So it decreases upon winning clashes or attacking marked characters. End of the scene, restore all light, and draw 2 pages. Yeah, she's...
Yeah, and then she has a In the Name of Hate, whereas characters like Sailor Moon is like, in the name of love.
Yep. slash lose, lower max value of last die by 3. I'd have her do that one. She's gonna go down, but might as well at least tank one of them. Okay, daring decision. I don't know. Let's see. Take that one. Please tell me she's got something a little bit better. She does not. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to poke at some of these builds because they're not great. Discarded, gain haste, drop page upon discarding this page. Yeah, I think we're good. That's the best I got, which is not great. Oh. I think we actually parried her out of it. That's impressive. I didn't know I could do that.
Oh. What is that arcane circle?
Mass attack page icon. The icon for the combat page indicates it's a mass attack page. When you select a target with a mass attack page, you'll automatically target a random speed die for every other enemy. Okay, mass attack pages will always be played before melee and ranged pages, regardless of speed. The die rolls of mass attack page are compared with the rolls of combat pages, the targeted speed dice. Okay, so there's individual, summation, and... Wait, okay, individual and summation. Individual attacks are compared against the roll of each individual die on the targeted speed dice. Summation are compared against the sum of die rolls on the targeted speed die page. What? Okay. I don't think I understand that fully. So mass summation single use, 13 damage. And then is still hitting me.
And unfortunately, Tefereth is also marked.
Yep.
And only has 30 HP.
Yep. This might require a second try. Okay, I'll see if I can take those. Unfortunately, not in a good place to be taking any of these. Let's see. And then discarded, gain haste. None of these matter. This is gonna hurt. Probably not. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need another go at this one. Cause yeah, they're gone. Well, they're not gone, but I'm just gonna go back to title. We'll poke at this. This is
Do you want to restart?
well, I'll keep that.
Why?
But, well, why not? I want to show off how hard these are. Okay, let's just sidestep that for a bit. We can come back to her later. We at least have one more of these. Because I think we can do the train, yeah?
Oh.
Or whatever the last of the train is. And then we might have to do pain.
Pain? Or do you mean...
Well, Queen of Hatred. Like, I think we might actually have to beat her to be able to progress with the story, which is dicey.
So this is the warp train everyone's stuck on.
Oh, yeah. Mary, where are we now? How much time has passed?
Tommy, you're awake. I'm sorry. I don't really know. I don't know how long we've been here. We're about 10 days in.
10
sorry.
days?
How are you feeling right now?
You were out cold for 3.
I thought warp trains were supposed to arrive in 10 seconds. How could this happen? What's going to happen to us? Where are we?
I'm not certain myself, Mr. Tommy. Ah, I already heard your name from your lover, in case you're wondering. I'm Elena, currently working as a nurse. And this is Jae. Oh, Jae Hyun? A doctor from our hospital.
A pleasure to meet you.
They took care of you while you were fainted. This is my first time experiencing a delay like this, too. I've used warp trains quite often, you see. I'd always have a pleasant 10-second trip to the destination. Do you know anything about accidents like this, Doctor?
Not at all. This kind of malfunction should be fatal to W Corp's image. It's strange they haven't made any response for this long. Why are we worrying about W Corp? We're all gonna starve to death trapped inside this train.
Tommy, actually, let me tell him. Tommy, you were asleep for the last 3 days. Are you feeling any thirst right now? You didn't consume any water or moisture while you were out, just so you know.
I'm not thirsty at all.
For some reason, no one here appears to be feeling any kind of hunger or thirst. To elaborate, no one has shown malfunction or distress in vital physiological functions.
How is that even possible? Just what's going on here?
We have no idea. Let's wait a little more. It seems that time is all we have after all.
Time, huh?
Tommy, you can keep your eyes closed if you're tired. I'll always be by your side.
Me too, Mary. I'll stay next to you all the time.
15 days in. Tommy? Tommy!
Mary, what's wrong? What's with all this noise?
Tommy, wake up. This is bad. Although we did expect something like this to happen sooner or later.
What's going on? It seems trouble's occurred in the carriage next to ours. What are they doing? Watch me! Witness me! A natural reaction to being trapped in a closed space like this for more than 2 weeks. Did that person just slice off their own throat?
Probably just slice their own throat, but you know.
Huh. This is intriguing. Doctor.
Certainly. It certainly is. Eileen didn't send us here for nothing. Look at this. My neck is barely dangling and I'm still alive.
Tommy!
Stick with me, Mary.
16 days in. Mr. Tommy, you're finally awake.
I never thought I'd faint so many times in my life.
The sight must have been quite a shock for Miss Mary as well.
Yeah, she's still asleep. What happened to that person?
If you're talking about the person that slit their own throat, they were put under quarantine in a different carriage.
There's 300 people on board and can't be the only one to have done such a thing. Quarantined? You mean they're not dead? They should have died after bleeding so much. You don't usually quarantine a corpse.
They're surprisingly alive, even though the arteries were cut. Blood was spilled all over the floor, but it wasn't completely separated from the body. Not a single drop of blood was scattered or smeared on the surfaces. The pool of blood remained in contact with the body like a cohesive mass. And that person stayed conscious the whole time, enough to communicate. They're probably still vividly feeling the pain of their neck being slit.
What the hell? How could any of this be possible?
I'm afraid I don't know. Sorry, Mr. Tommy. I can't help but give you this same response all the time.
No, it's all right. I shouldn't expect you to know all the answers, after all. There's only one thing we can know for sure. And that's that this is only the beginning. You'll have to brace yourself. For the sake of... Oh.
For the sake of your lover as well.
Yeah, I gotta.
30 days in. Tommy, Mrs. Miho from the next carriage over me told me that 5 of the 30 carriages are already filled with suicidals.
Don't worry, Mary. The people in our carriage are still going strong. It's all thanks to Alina and Jaehoon. It's not just us. Everyone in the 6 adjacent carriages seems to be counting on those two.
It really is. They're so professional and collective. It's reassuring to have them around. You're right. If it weren't for Elena and Jaehoon, we might have...
Mary, don't say such dark things.
93 days in. The situation is worsening, everyone. What? Are people chopping off their heads and...
Skin and... Yep.
Carriages 5 to 15 are still in solidarity, including carriage 7 where we are located. But things are not looking so good for carriages beyond 15. Even just 3 days ago. Yeah, I heard carriage 19 is already full of half-dead people.
They're breaking into other carriages and ravaging people's bodies like they're playing with them like toys.
That's sadly the case. Those people seem to have decided to accept pain as a way to endure this trial of time.
Have they gone mad? Killing each other just to pass the time?
They aren't exactly dead, though.
Mary, they're crawling around with their limbs barely attached. They're pretty much as good as dead. That's right. We must persevere. We can't stop them from damaging their own bodies. But forcing that pain on others is simply unacceptable. This is a new one.
Oh, okay. Miss Elena, Jae-hoon, sir, what can we do? What if they attacked my younger siblings?
I'm sure you don't want to be separated from your loved ones. You want to stay with them forever on this trip that might last an eternity, don't you?
Yes, we do. We'll be able to endure it if we're together.
Can you show us the way, Jae-hoon?
I don't want to be separated from Tommy either. You feel the same, right, Tommy?
Yeah, of course.
Then please have faith in us. We need your agreement, and you must be prepared to fight them.
Fight them?
The vile people from beyond Carriage 15, who are trying to break us apart, of course. 100 days in.
They're mad. They're all crazy.
Mr. Tommy, are you still hesitating? Tommy, look at them. They don't look all too bad. I was shocked at first, but if I can be with you forever, Tommy, then I think I'll be able to make it through.
Sorry, Mary. I just need a little bit more time to think. I think these two are doing something horrible to people.
Yeah. Because they're also using this Mr. kind of like honorific stuff. Mr. Tommy, while this train is an abundance of time, we don't have much of it left for us.
I won't compel you. The decision is in your hands.
113 days in.
I'll do it. I'll do it, damn it.
Tommy. So you've decided.
I've seen what happened to the people in Carriage 14. They were already raided. They were just sitting there drooling, their eyes turned white in shock. I can't let the same happen to you, Mary.
Tommy, I feel the same. Good. Let's start the procedure immediately. Wait, what?
They might be like stitching them together into some kind of weird combo
Monster
person.
mass?
I don't know.
Doctor, preparations, please.
He nods.
120 days in. Tommy, how are you feeling?
I don't know, but I'm relieved. I can feel your heartbeat vividly.
Me too. We'll never be apart again. 150 days in. Thanks to your love, we could keep the carriages up to a number of 10 safe. Wait, up to number 10 safe.
All thanks to the new bodies you gave us, Doctor.
I'm flattered to hear that. Your love for each other is what really protected you. Doctor, Carriage 10 is urgently asking for help. Mr. Tommy and Miss Mary, could you two head to Carriage 10 and lend them your strength?
Huh? But we never fought anyone in our lives. And we aren't strong either. Your affection for each other will surely invigorate your new body. We'll trust you, Doctor.
3,437 days in. We can shove suicidals into their place like a breeze now, Tommy.
Yeah, it's just as the doctor said. Our affection for each other gave us strength.
They keep crawling out no matter how many times we smash them.
They should go quiet for a while now.
Welcome back to town, Mr. Tommy and Miss Mary.
Welcome to Lovetown. We don't talk about Lovetown.
Tommy and Mary are the heroes of Lovetown.
Tommy, Mary, you're so cool.
724,284 days in.
2,000 years.
What? And why do Elena and Jae-hoon look perfectly
Normal.
fine?
Because of course they wouldn't do it to themselves.
You're back to Mary.
I'll just...
Okay.
You know what? Maybe I should do it.
What's up, Mommy?
How have you been?
It's the same as always. I just wonder if I should fold those blood lumps into squares or triangles this time.
That's nice. They enjoy the pain anyway, so they should like it.
Where's Daddy?
He went to the front carriage for a moment.
So why'd you call me here, Mommy?
I finally got an interesting toy. It means they've seen enough, according to Eileen.
Interesting toy?
The invitation to the library. Remember the infamous urban legend? The fixers who sat behind you disappeared after receiving an invitation that looks just like this.
Sorry, Mommy, what's a library? What do you mean by fixers?
Ah, right. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, Mommy. It's our fault for being dumb.
No. He'd have cried laughing if he were here.
I'm sorry. Please don't punish me.
I'm not scolding you, see? No punishments either. Here, take this. And sign that invitation with the other townspeople. If you can find and bring the books listed on that paper here, I'll give you a prize.
Prize? I like prizes.
Not like you'll make it back anyway.
724,284 days? Are you alright? You don't look so well.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah.
That many days has not passed in the library or in the real world.
Correct. They were kind of in a weird time vortex.
So...
Because...
Does that mean that time goes by that much more swiftly?
I think they're completely untethered from the normal flow of time.
Because it would make more sense if they were stuck in the weird time warp for you said over 2,000 years?
Yeah.
And everything else outside. At that point, the W Corp would have been shut down. The world might not even be the same, and everything is just gone. And of course, no one's going to get them back.
Yeah.
But the library wouldn't be there either.
Correct. But they're completely separate and disconnected timelines linked only by sci-fi wibbly-wobbly nonsense.
Mm-hmm. It's disgusting. It's a shame that I can't vomit like humans do.
It's a natural reaction to seeing stuff like that. What kind of malfunction would have stopped a train for thousands of years anyway? Is everything okay over there? Or out there? I don't really feel like that much time has passed, but what if time flew without us realizing while we were busy watching that?
Less than an hour has passed for us, since we only watched fractions of the process.
What about the outside world, though?
It should be the same as us. That one is a unique guest. Its book will surely be an interesting read.
Wow, I'm leaving town for the first time. I'm visiting new places, a new place together with all the townspeople.
Greetings, dear guests.
Hello, ma'am. Who are you?
I am Angela, director and librarian of this library that you're in.
I'm Tamari from Lovetown.
She didn't say the same thing as all the previous times.
Yeah. I think she's...
Like the whole namesake business.
I think she's dumbing her language down for these poor people.
Angela, Mommy told me to get things called books from this place.
You can find them through the door over there.
Thank you.
Do you happen to remember Tommy and Mary?
Tommy? Mary? Who's that?
Please don't mind. May you find your book in this place.
A love town person's page. Okay, 2 floors available, remaining acts. So they are weak. Okay, cannot hit them with slash. Cannot hit them with pierce. Cannot hit them with blunt. Okay, so this needs a varied approach.
Yep, so you need a team with all 3 represented.
No, just at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's a 4-person floor.
Yeah, the problem with your teams is they tend to be pretty,
One note.
like, yeah, specifically one particular fight style.
Yeah, it's not great. It's something I
You should have a varied team.
Yeah, I've been putting it off a little bit just due to a lack of pages. Because they do a lot of blunt and slash.
Because that one, yeah, it
This
seems
is
as though you have an
all
oddball
slash.
for the third or fourth.
Sort of. It's still blunt.
That's still blunt.
She's still using the same build. He's using, I think this one's mostly pierce and blunt, a little bit of slash, but it's not a very good fighting group. They're not up for it. Okay, so this is probably the group. I think we just need to swap. We need somebody that does pierce. Luckily, I think we have Oscar. There we go. Easy peasy. Or no, we needed somebody that does blunt. Or do we? No, because all I have to do is just hit the other one. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Because they're only resistant to one at a time. So like this one, for example, just hit him with slash. Okay. The only other consideration is, do I want to prep another floor? No, we'll figure it out.
You don't think it's going to be a two-part fight?
It is a two-part fight. Ugh.
Yeah, they can barely speak.
This music is way too classy for what the hell's going on. Okay, on clash lose. 6 power to the next die. Ouch. Kind of useful to note, though. Yeah, so it seems like they lose kind of quick. Oh. 10 power if the attack is one-sided. Alright, let's figure that out. First off, let's just do a
Still
Syrian...
wonder who Elena and Jaehyun are.
Yeah, they definitely didn't seem normal.
Well, they stay perfectly composed and actually experimented on
But we don't
the
actually know
townsfolks.
necessarily.
They said, you know, prepare doctor, you know, agree to this. You know, are we in agreement? Commence with the
Sort of,
procedure.
But
They
he
s-
was in the front, and we don't know what happened to him after that. If that makes sense.
No,
So-
I'm not talking about Jaehyun. I'm talking about they're the ones responsible for fusing the people
Oh, yeah.
together.
But we don't know if he made it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually, no, we don't want to do a crack of dawn. Because we should do a cleanup. I'm organizing these badly. Give me a second. Sword, that should be fine.
That's just a big hand.
Yeah. The one problem is I'm probably not going to be doing damage to them. Because I wasn't actually prepping around any of my... any of the status effect matchups, and I should be doing that. I mostly was just trying to counter them all, which actually kind of worked. And they're going to burn. Okay, let's take this seriously. So this guy cannot be slashed, this guy cannot be blunt, cannot be pierced, cannot be pierced. So these two cannot be targeted by this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Why would you do that one? Oh, they do have
it's
one?
blunt.
Hmm.
Some of the characters have a blunt. So do not hit with slash or pierce. Whereas this one is do not hit with blunt. I don't know. I'm just gonna go at it. Let's see. Should be able to do both. Only do one. And then, yeah, do not hit with pierce again. We can just do that. I think we don't have too many uneven matchups. I think it should be fine. There we go. Yeah, so for example, the little blob creatures are pretty weak to blunt. Didn't work. It's okay.
It's interesting. What they're weak to is actually, or what they're resistant to is what they actually possess as their move.
Yeah.
So the blunt one, or the one that can't be harmed by blunt, is the fist. The one that can't be harmed by pierce, I think, is the one that looks like a sack with holes in it. And then the one, or no, the pierce one might be the ones with the, no, the little ones are the ones with slash, right?
Yeah, they cannot be hit by pierce. They cannot be hit by slash. They cannot be hit by blunt. So it is based on whatever weapon they have, kind of. Okay.
Oh, so it's the opposite for those lower twos. I thought the one with the holes was going to be the one that was weak to pierce, but nope.
I might take some damage here, but I think it'll be fine. So this is the one you don't want to slash. Probably why I should just distract him. There we go. Okay, do we have anything else? Yes. Where are they aiming at? This one. I just want to make sure that I'm not using the wrong attack page.
Haven't the humans tried to do isolation tests and found that it doesn't take very long, not even a month, for people to start going a little crazy?
Yeah.
From being isolated?
Yeah, there was that kind of like biodome test.
Well, where they wanted to try to mimic conditions on, if we were able to build a dome on another planet and people had to live exclusively within it, how would it go?
And the answer was, it was kind of okay, but mismanaged, and I think it got very clicky.
Well, it got
in a bad way.
Yeah. People formed their groups and started hating one another, and I think they had to pull the plug on it, though, because they found that people were either going hungry or getting sick, or there just wasn't enough oxygen being produced.
Yeah, it had some kind of leak.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right.
Yeah, and so they couldn't continue with it after those, I think it was 2 months almost.
Let's see. And then, what was the other one? It was something about like Mars base, or like even just flying, or flying to Mars would be bad.
Well, actually, who stayed the longest on the International Space Station?
That's an interesting question. I don't know.
Can I look it up?
Sure.
Because I thought there was someone that set a record for it.
I feel like there might be a bit of a difference, though, between the ISS.
International Space Station is a small, very cramped
True.
place. $437 continuous days.
Wow. That is impressive.
Whoa.
But again, I think maybe being on the ISS is a little bit more acceptable. I don't know what the differences are. Maybe it's mostly just you can see the stars, or maybe they were just good at it. Okay, next one. Oh, Tomari. Tomari,
Oh, interesting. 18 months. Wait. Or was it 8 months? I suppose that was in 2016. So the one that we keep referring to is a much older dome. This one I think was more about isolation than actual... Huh. Scientists leave dome after 8 months. They were supposed to stay there a year, though. Okay, So, people have been able to stay in small, isolated environments a lot longer than we thought.
Here we go.
Wait, what?
What the hell?
There's a little song.
Okay.
The things we sacrifice for love.
One hell of a song. Okay, clean up. They're both weak to slash. Probably that one most with slash. This one's resist slash. I could do this. No, I can't do that. Oh, but I could do this. Command that one, and then this one. There we go. Okay. Slash pierce. This is double slash. Pierce, try and hit that one, and then, oh. I guess we're just kind of chilling on this one. Oop. Clean up, which actually I think should be fine.
Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to the lyrics because it is in English.
Yep.
It's just so sing-songy and almost Christmassy, which goes along with the lights that are in the background, but...
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to stun to Mary. The main goal is to just take out... Ow. Take out the trash mobs. And then burn him down. Literally. In a lot of cases. Let's see. All allies except the librarian lose 10 HP. Librarian recovers as much HP as the others lost from this effect. Nah, it's not that good. Attacking a target who already took damage in the same scene. Deal extra damage. Recover HP on hit. Actually useful. HP is at 20% or lower. Deal more damage. And inflict burn upon approaching them, then die. Let's avoid that. Let's go for that one. So we want her to kind of attack second. Alright, let's look at this. Didn't get as much stun on that one as I was hoping for. So what are they doing? It's just kind of smattering of random. Let's see. A collision is getting cheaper. This is what I was hoping for. Is that one? Perfect. Okay, so this is Blunt Boy 3 to 8. And then add power if the attack is one-sided. Do I want to just set it on fire? Hit it twice? No, I might not hit it at all is the issue. Go for it. Nope. Make sure this one's set up. Okay. And 3. Yeah, the problem is they rolled really fast. But maybe that's fine. Let's just go for the kill. If I can. Okay. Who's still targeting? They are. What's they doing? Not much, but I'm not going to be able to outdo them much. I'll just do a Searing Sword and hope for the best. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, we seem to be outnumbering them damage-wise, and she gets some heals, which she needs desperately.
Ooh. Lots of damage.
Yep.
I like all the harmonic parts they have going on. That's why I've been kind of listening to the chorus and everything. But there's actually a lot being said, but unfortunately I can't make out all the words over the music and the sound effects.
Why do they have 3 dice now? That's confusing. Okay, so we've taken out that one. So we need to do slash. Guess I'm just going to start wailing on that one. Yeah, the one problem is giving her the healing ability is she's faster than anybody else, which is slightly annoying. Okay, let's do 1 flash of sun up. And a flash of sun up. What's his other ability? Just a mess. Do we have eject? That'll work. Oh, I can't countermand it. Rough. Okay. Because the only way I can stop that is if I get them with that one. Doesn't really stop it either. Okay, what else do we have? And just keep setting them on fire? Looks like we're fine. Yeah, we'll take a hit from the other one. Ouch.
Ooh.
It made a squelch, but it doesn't look like it did that much damage. I'm just trying to delay as much as possible and hit Tamari as much as possible. While also taking out the giblets.
Tamari was doing something that's like, let's play.
I mean, they're clearly not in a great state.
You what?
Well,
did Tom go away?
yeah, Tommy's gone.
Oh,
Maybe.
he was severed off.
Okay. Dernier armor. Okay, so it is now resistant to piercing damage, which actually is fine. It's not fine,
Oh,
but
there's blood everywhere.
yeah, this got gross.
I mean, it was already gross, but
It was already gross, yes. Okay, add power if... Just do that one. If you can take it out. Oof. Okay, and they're doing... This one's immune to slash. Yeah, so I gotta hit it with probably this guy. This is just scuffed. Deal 7 damage to self. All dice on this page gain extra power. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
ooh.
Well. Let's see. Do you do Crack of Dawn or do I just wail on him? I'm just gonna wail on him and hope for the best. At this point, I no longer have a cromulent strategy. It is just throw everything at the giant flesh wall and hope I come out on top. Ouch. Okay, staggered that at least. So I can finish it off.
You also have a number of... Yep, there's some burn. Ooh, boy.
Oh, but it's taking a lot of damage now. Including bleed and fire. And it is screaming. Okay.
Yeah, those are all the purple skulls from the
Yeah.
other creatures.
Alright. Take that one. Take that one. Alright. Not eat the wrong hit. Oh my gosh. On hit to 8 to 20 inflict next scene. Okay.
Do you think you'll be able to defeat them now?
Actually, this is fine. gonna hurt. Oh, but it's slash. Joshua resists. So that should be fine. Just make sure Crack of Dawn's on the correct one. And then this is doing that. So I'll just countermand. Take it for myself. Oh, they might get stunned out of this, but whatever. Or alternatively, Malkuth can just take it. And she's got 3. Because I don't know how they got the extra dice. It's probably from heightened emotions, but I've never...
One of your guys is staggered too, so...
Yeah, so
a little
they're...
less firepower.
Yeah,
So you're not going to attack that one guy at all?
It's
even though
currently
he's
broken
dead?
and almost dead. My main goal is to take out Tamari. If Tamari is down, everything else is cake.
Oh, gosh. Is the burn going to get them? If
Yeah, the burn's going to take
physical
them out if they don't
attack
go down. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, and they're like, where are you? I'm scared.
Okay,
Come
let's
back,
go with that
Tommy.
one.
Tommy.
But,
Oh?
I mean... At this point, this thing is just in a bad way. Oh,
It's interesting
can't
how we're
do
no
it.
longer on the old stage. So, do you think we're going to fight Elena and Jae-hoon?
Maybe? There it goes. Where is this? This isn't their normal floor, is it? Oh, maybe it is. I've already forgotten. I bet they show up later, though. Maybe.
I'm not sure if that was a malfunction with the singularity or anything, but now I see that I may not be the only one to suffer from the copiousness?
Copiousness.
Just how vast
Yeah,
it is.
suffer from an
Yep.
overabundance of time.
Yep, the copiousness of time.
Well, anything can happen. Does that console you somehow?
Not at all. I'm different. I won't go through the same ordeal ever again. I retained myself, unlike those people. I persevered. I didn't let time consume my sanity. I didn't break down.
All right, let's just calm down and take a deep breath. When the memories of hard times burst forth, you gotta embrace them to the core.
Urban nightmare.
No, so we don't need to do Tifreth yet.
The dream has been shattered. The tower has collapsed.
Hellcorp, the White Nights and Dark Days, the Distortion, and the Library. With this, these 4 have been confirmed to be closely associated with each other. Caught me off guard. Who could have expected the Library of all places to be a key factor of the White Nights and Dark Days? And the library's location has finally been clearly determined.
Uh-oh.
It's as if the library is revealing more of itself the more dangerous it's considered. The building shimmering like a mirage in the midst of a fog surrounding the nest of Hellcorp. Those who tried to approach it got lost in the mist. We should prepare ourselves soon enough, since that mirage is slowly becoming a reality as the fog is clearing up. That means, yes, we received an official document. As of today, the library is designated as an urban nightmare by Hana Association HQ. Think you're getting closer?
To what?
The freedom you've been yearning for, I mean.
I don't know. The one book is steadily on its way to completion, though.
Is that book really going to resolve everything magically for you?
The library quite literally holds infinite possibilities. Every possible combination of letters is written inside the books. But mere fragments of those possibilities are worthless on their own. With the help of the invitation, I can navigate the countless possibilities and reach the ones I need for the one perfect book. As I weave the books and the light following the invitation's lead, I will complete the one absolute book.
But what does the one absolute book even have to say?
I don't know.
I will create the book that contains all the answers I seek.
That doesn't sound impossible, theoretically.
I'm not just hanging on to theoretical possibilities. I could learn a lot from seeing the various sides of the city in the process of creating the one book. It has its own meaning. Then, I realized once again that without the book, there's no way to find the answer from this city.
What do you mean? You can't find the answer from the city.
I learned one thing from reading all the books of the inhabitants of the city thus far. No one is truly free in the city. Every person is chained to something. Not a single thing appears to be done out of free will. Fixers obey their offices, and those offices obey the associations. Even if they know full well that their orders might get them killed, the same goes for the syndicates. Everyone is heading somewhere, but no one knows where, and no one can decide where they go. They're all drifting along with the flow.
That money could get you anything in the city, including freedom and whatever.
They could be free, but they aren't. They actually seem to shun freedom. They want to belong to something that isn't themselves. They like to define themselves with the organization they belong to, or valuations made by others. Their essence is so fragile, they can't specify their own identity without encasing themselves in such a shell. Yes, this must be what the disease of the mind was all about. I was imprisoned underground and exploited for the freedom of the people of the city after all. Taking away my freedoms so that others can be free. To spread his enlightenment to the rest of the city.
Talking about your previous occupation, huh?
I am. I actually want to crush everything to dust at this point. I want to ruin it all. What about my freedom? Who will hold the responsibility for creating me and then carelessly leaving me to suffer? I sometimes want to just forget everything. The library, the one book, all of it. Do you know how it feels to be denied since the very moment you were born? I do. I'm painfully aware. Because that's how my creator treated me. I would have loved for him to have at least told me what I did wrong. All I could see of him was a pair of cold eyes without a single speck of expectation, and a quiet remark. A tiny whisper ordinary humans couldn't have heard. It's only a machine. I can still remember that moment so vividly, as if it happened seconds ago. I curse my memory. I curse this body that hears words I don't want to listen to. I curse this head that reminds me of things I don't want to remember.
He sounds like a nasty person. If he needed a machine to serve repetitive tasks, why did he bother breaking the ethics amendment to create you with human emotions and everything?
I wasn't exactly born with the capability to feel emotions. It slowly awakened inside me over monotonous repeats. No. Perhaps the truth is that he designed me so that my emotions would awaken over time. Perhaps because the repetitive tasks needed emotions. He needed something that could form an independent response to slight variations in the ever-repeating script, all the while enduring eons of time. Something he could keep in control so that it wouldn't try to deviate from the script. It wasn't a human-like machine that he needed. He needed a human with the properties of a machine. You'll never know how many desperate struggles I made to stomach the cycle.
Those being?
Closing my eyes. All I could do in the endless stream of moments I didn't want to see, but had to witness, was shut my eyes. That was the least and the most that I could do to resist it.
Real nasty. But hey, that role you were forced to play did wrap up somehow. You can think about what to do next now, right?
Are you telling me just to forget about the past and move on? Try to be more attentive before you jabber nonsense. I can never forget. Keeping my eyes closed couldn't protect me anymore. Even a moron would have been able to envision exactly what would happen and what kind of face everyone would make after so much time. Every second of what was inscribed into my memory, slowly and painfully. I can't forget anything once I've seen it. I still remember everything so vividly. That's why I can't forgive that man. He who left without tying up any loose ends with me. The man who created me on a whim, and then let my life be crushed under the weight of time.
Nah, who am I to tell you to leave the past behind or anything? I'm just suggesting you think about your next move. It can provide a little bit of support for you at least. Kind of like making a fence around yourself. It's going to serve as a floor to fall back on in your never-ending plot of vengeance.
I didn't think you'd care that much for me.
It's ultimately for myself, really.
Still, it seems evident that I'm heading somewhere, seeing as my body's undergoing changes. My mechanical exterior is turning to flesh, and blood has started to course through it. I still have a long way to go to reach the one book, though.
Could you actually be changing into a human?
That seems to be the case, although it's not quite perfect yet. Perhaps I could become a genuine human at the end of this journey. When I do, I could forget so many things so easily, free from the deluge of memories drowning me. If I can let all the unwanted memories slide away, then I may think about what to do next, like you said.
Alright, passive transfer cost limit increased from 6 to 8, so we can stack more pages. Now what? Now where? What are we doing? Oh gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess we don't need to do Tiferath yet.
There's more
Though-
missions, but what about lore? Lore.
Yeah. Unlock all
And burning
middle
books.
floors. Yeah. I'll have to figure out how to beat her. Okay, so we want to do credenza. Oh no, we gotta burn the books first. Did we not get a book?
Yeah,
Oh,
the,
Book of
the Love
Talmary.
Town.
Not a lot of pages. And
Really? I thought there were more. Just for the basics? No?
I don't think so. I think it's just these, which kind of overburnt those. But it was the Book of Talmary. Yeah, Faint Memories and Wrath of Torment.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only one?
Really?
Yeah. Like, if we went back to this one, just to double check, yeah, the only resolvable rewards is that one book with those handful of pages.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to do one more?
So is it Love Town again?
Yeah. Let's talk about Lovetown a bit more. Why, hello there, passengers in first-class seats. Takes twice the monthly wage of an average person in the nest to afford a seat in this carriage, I hear. That means someone in the back streets would have to work hard for at least a year for it. I've always had some pressing questions about warp trains. For example, what is the point of first-class seats when the trip supposedly only lasts 10 seconds?
Yeah, very true.
I guess it's worth the expense after all. You can sleep without a care in the world. All the while, the passengers in the carriages behind us are defenseless against the maddening tide of time, trying to overcome it through the pain of tearing their own flesh or the comfort of conjoining with one another.
Wait a minute. So the ones in first class are actually asleep in these tubes?
Yeah, I think it's some kind of weird immortality thing going on. I've always wondered what kind of outstanding technologies singularities could be to transport people to any platform in only 10 seconds, no matter how far it is. And now I get the gist of it after seeing how this train's been going for about 2,000 years. Me? How am I staying sane, you ask? Well, it's all thanks to my fellow members of the ensemble, that hothead Elena, and I've actually only been here for about a week or so.
Ooh.
Pluto says our consciousness can be preserved in stasis and unfrozen only when needed, or whatever. He says it's magic and all, and well, I've got no choice but to trust him. He's my coworker now, all things considered. In any case, I pity the fools taking this train. Thousands of years of pain and suffering, and it's all long gone from their memories when they arrive. They return to their ordinary lives, like nothing ever happened after a status restoration procedure. Isn't that right? Wow, warp trains are awesome. It's kind of expensive, but I can get anywhere in such a short time. It's a wonderful world. We can go everywhere in the blink of an eye. Uttering such remarks, they'll blend back into city life, completely forgetting about the hellscape that took place in this train. The memories of trying to slaughter their own friends and families as all bonds were blurred over time, having lost themselves long ago. All of that is conveniently erased from their heads. It's astonishing how singularities are so uniformly appalling.
Oh, wait a minute. So the warp trains always functioned like this?
Yes, just no one remembers it.
No one...
And
Wait,
there are no lasting effects, somehow.
so Tamari was sent off, so they actually...
They might not come back.
They would never come back.
Probably not. And yet, you rich folks are scared of even that, so you doze off in your safe space for those thousands of years.
So the rich people know how this works.
You must have heard a word of advice from some acquaintance of yours, That you'd be much better off taking first-class seats, or some of you are already aware of the truth behind warp trains, perhaps. That'd be ironic in its own right. You decided to take this train knowing what would happen. In case a certain foolhardy individual or two are still believing that this train is broken or malfunctional. It's not defective. This train is operating as intended. You get the hint by now, don't you? Strolling around in a completely different time-space axis for thousands of years. And when it comes back to reality, ta-da, it's 10 seconds later. Taking long roundabouts through time reduced to 10 seconds in real life. Sounds like a perfect ride for people who are in a hurry, doesn't it? What's your real life, though? The one you were living for some few decades, or the one you've been trapped in for thousands of years? If you lost your memories and returned to your ordinary life, would it be a blessing or a curse? Who cares, really? Moving on, my biggest question was this. This box with T-Corp's logo on it, so shamelessly and ridiculously and nonchalantly on board. I was wondering what this thing was doing plugged into this train. But I could roughly guess after a bit of thinking.
The hell are you doing, quietly muttering lectures to yourself?
You're coarse with words as usual. I'm speaking to the couple of voyeurs who are probably watching us as we speak, of course.
Oh, right. That was the plan. Being stuck in this train for a week really did take a toll on my focus.
Your acting was excellent. Were you an aspiring actress in the past?
Maybe.
She looks like Carmen.
Which one?
Okay, so you don't know Carmen. Carmen is the original person.
Oh, the scientist.
Yeah, the scientist that
That made them. The Lobotomy Corp, right?
Sort of. Carmen was the original director of Lobotomy Corp before X, who is her kind of like protege, second in command, took over, and she was the basis for. How am I forgetting the robot woman that we were just talking to?
So how have these two only been on here for a week? Are they able to...
They go into stasis.
They go into stasis?
Or preserve their consciousness? I don't know. It's confusing. But she does look like Carmen.
Maybe. Anyway, just carry on with what you're doing.
How cold. And it seems this disguise Pluto gave me is almost expired now. Shall we get started, wealthy fellows?
Oh, the puppeteer.
Puppeteer.
Reverb.
Reverberation Ensemble member. I have no hard feelings for the somewhat average commoners back there. But you lot make me upset, if I'm honest. The way you try to squirm your way into comfort with money like maggots, like the maggots you are, agitates me beyond reason. Life sure is bizarre, isn't it? You spend your hard-earned cash for a first-class ticket to keep yourself safe and sound from the torture of time, but now you're about to suffer something entirely else. You unfortunately run into the likes of us, and meet a terrible fate just because you've taken first-class seats. Yeah, right. Who knows? One of you might have been a piss-poor sod who just happened to win a ticket, That's what makes choices so mysterious and profound. I personally think there's no such thing as choice in our lives. Someone's playing tricks on all of us, mischievously and sneakily. Staging an endless puppet show, attaching invisible strings to us. Now, shall we get started? It's time for a little puppetry. So that's the puppeteer, huh?
It's as if
Angela, there we go.
Oh, okay.
It's as if you were speaking directly to us.
Carmen was the person that Angela was based upon.
Interesting.
If he's part of the Blue Reverbs gang, maybe he knows something about us.
Could the blue reverberation be focusing on the library then?
Possibly. I don't know what he's looking for, but it certainly ain't going to be normal.
What else could he be after, other than the books we have?
The question would be what kind of books they really want.
Anyway, Warp Corp is going to be in big trouble if the disappearance of every passenger in the first class carriage gets known by others.
For sure. W Corp might get involved with us at this rate. Was this part of Blue Reverberation's plan?
It would be intriguing if that were the case.
Oh, I bet your enthusiasm will turn into disdain real quick when you actually meet that cuckoo.
Implying that he's met the cuckoo.
Guess who cannot speak? Still, you've managed to come to the library through the invitation. That means you must have some sort of consciousness, no? Even though you are puppets controlled by the strings above you. I have no idea what you may be saying. If you want to get the books as your puppeteer so wishes, you can go through that door. And no, you may not find your books.
Okay. Floors available, 3 remaining acts 3. Oh boy. These run a little long. Okay, so what are they weak to? Slash. The only problem is I don't have a whole lot of groups with 4. Alright. Okay, counter dice are displayed in yellow. These dice will be saved until an enemy attempts a one-sided attack. If a counter die wins in a clash, they'll be recycled if there are dice left in the opponent's combat page. Huh. That's interesting.
Oh, big battlefield.
Y'all. Okay. So on use restore life, which is, or light, which is good.
Are those pages on display? Or books? They're kind of in glass cases.
Yeah, their books are something. I forget what Melkuth's floor was.
Wasn't it history?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I love herringbone flooring. Just a pretty pattern.
For that one. Let's see. Do sun up. Okay. The issue is this one. Let's take it back. Oh. That's a harder hit than I'd like. I don't think I have too much of a choice, though.
And these are just the basic puppets. They're not even the large monstrous ones that we witnessed at the front door.
Yeah, so this is just the first set. So this is going to be a bit of a doozy. Ow. Boy, I'm rolling garbage here. Ugh. Oh, blunt dice power +1. That's what's messing me up. I got stomped. I barely hit any of them. All right. You know, maybe we actually just leave this for next time. I'm going to have to do a bunch of retooling, to be entirely honest.
Yeah, just going through all your decks, actually managing your teams.
Yeah.
Making them a little bit more, I wouldn't say balanced, but less
one-sided.
focused.
And we might also want to sidestep this one and come back. I don't know. I know the phrase is the difficulty curve is a wall or something to that extent. But part of it is also we do need to get a 5th character, and that might be part of the problem.
And that might require defeating that magical girl on Tefrith's floor.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. I think the trick is possibly like paralysis and base negative status effects, but who knows? For now, at least, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, you know what?
What about?
I lied.
Yeah,
We have 1 book.
books.
1 book. Other? No. Those are bonuses. Where is it? Full stop. Where the hell? Oh, because there's no page.
We haven't gotten a page from the puppets.
There's no page for Tamari.
Oh.
It was just combat pages, but you can't equip them. That's why there's no extra lore. Well, that's
By
fine.
the way, unless it's under the urban legend area, right?
No, it wouldn't be. Urban legend was like everything before Olga, Dino, and whatnot. So, yeah, I guess there is nothing.
We have
for
nothing
Tamari.
more about the warp train. I do have to say though, the warp train business is absolutely terrifying, but definitely something a business would gloss over when.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, well, they won't remember it. So this
You
is
get to suffer
perfectly
through
fine.
thousands of years of near eternal torment. But it's okay, you won't remember it when you arrive. Like, I would not agree to that. I would walk. Doesn't matter how long.
But the thing is, outwardly, everyone just sees the people walk on and off the train as though nothing happened. So, of course, they don't. No one would know anything more than that. It just seems to be functioning exactly.
This is the bad place, and I don't want to think about it.
I know.
All right. Well, for realsies this time. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.